That one? Hello? Ah, there we go. That was whack. Anyway, folks, we're back. No Slugger Left Behind, week 12. Happy to see a few of you here in the chat. Rocket Fist over on YouTube. I will get you connected to the Twitch people one day, I promise. Sajar, that's August, owner of the Rookies. Hello. It's Ham Lex. Good to have you. Good to have you. I am here tonight, as I am most nights now, with Iris, owner of the Mario Fireballs, my co-com and co-com. How you doing, Iris?
I'm doing really well. I missed last week because I had to go see my siblings play, and I missed the baseball. And well, it wasn't the best results to come back to, but I am still thrilled to be back here in the press box. Thrilled to commentate another week of Mario baseball, um, the third week of the second half of the season, if you will. See if anything plays out differently this second half.
Yeah, and it may not have been the results you were hoping for, but man, it was a great game though. And speaking of great games, Lex mentioning, I don't know if you went back and watched the Wilds Monarchs game, but that one was something else.
I have not yet. I every day I was kind of like, hey, I want to go back and watch all the games, record the stats, and then something kept coming up.
Well, you can
But
skip the first two. I mean, they were good, but Wilds
mm,
Monarchs was crazy. Dead meme, hello, watching Yu-Gi-Oh. Hey, no worries, man. We're just getting started here, and I am here to talk about the standings, folks. After last week, things got a little crazy. Knights hold a very comfortable first at 9-1, and the Fireballs at 6-2-1 are in no danger of being knocked off the second spot, but everybody else had better watch out. Daisy Flowers maintain third right now at 4-3-2. Birdo Bowes in fourth at 4-5-1. That's where the playoff cutoff is going to be, but they've got four teams right behind them at 4-6. And folks, don't count the Monarchs out of this at 3-7 either. Now, if I remember correctly, which I don't actually need to do because I can pull this up, the head to head records are a little mixed right now for a lot of these teams, but I can tell you that the Monsters do hold the head to head over the Wilds. They hold it over the Rookies. They do not hold it over the Muscles right now. The Wilds, Monsters, of course, they do not have. Wilds, Rookies, they do have the head to head, goes to the Wilds. Wilds Muscles is in favor of the Muscles. So, the rest of them, Muscles Rookies, I guess the last one I haven't mentioned. In that game, it is the Rookies right now. So, head to heads are kind of mixed across the board, and they may well be a pretty tight deciding factor as we get into these games tonight.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, who would have thought with more than half of the season underway, all right, that with what, like 8 weeks to go, that we would be basically tied. Just basically everyone's tied.
Not quite
It's
everyone,
insane.
but darn close, darn
Well, not
close.
quite everyone, but
Yeah, it's after this week we'll be two-thirds of the way done. Counting this week, we've got seven to go. So it is starting to get tight. A lot of teams running out of time to really make a splash. They'll be looking to tonight. And speaking of who's looking to make a splash tonight, why don't we talk about game one? Iris, who's playing in game one?
yeah, absolutely. First off, it's kind of interesting. In some ways, it's a bit late to be making a splash, and yet in other ways, basically any team left if they win out makes the playoffs. But first, to determine all that, we've got two of our teams that are right up there in the sort of playoff zone right now, starting with my personal Mario Fireballs. Batting leadoff, as always, shortstop, starred Red Critter. Hammerbro over at third, Boomerang at first base, Firebro in right field, Red Madge at second base, myself center field, Mario pitching. In left field, we have Red Toad and Baby Daisy's here too. It's a lineup that you're going to be intimately familiar with. Christian is my co-commentator. Christian, I have to give him my lineups every week, and this past week I just said, "Hey, here's my lineups for the rest of the season," because I only have two.
Yeah, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah, multiple people have pointed out at this point, I don't really have to worry about lineups because my team is all just the same character.
That does help a little bit, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
A team that is not quite all the same character, though it does have a few duplicates on it, is the Birdo Bows, who are going to be playing against you. Wiggler, their starting pitcher and leadoff hitter, and he is great in both of those roles. Red Pianta, third baseman, batting second. Birdo on short, batting third. Red Shy Guy in left. Cowboy Zach, who has said that he thinks he might be throwing with this lineup. What a thing for the owner to say coming into the chat with. Hi, Zach. He's also going to be playing center field and hopefully not throwing over there. Red Noki gets the star and will be in right today. Green Noki catching. That leaves Yoshi, Captain Yoshi, to play second, and teal, light blue, cyan, aquamarine, whatever you want to call him, Yoshi, out there on first, bringing up the rear. You know, the Bows have held the Fireballs to a pretty tight win before. Fireballs did take that 2-1 at Mario Stadium, if you can believe such a low-scoring game occurred there. The Fireballs are every bit the team they always were, but the Bows do have a slight change-up thanks to that Week 5 trade since then.
Yeah, absolutely. And if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember the exact score of Week 1, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe that 2-1 is the lowest scoring game that the Fireballs have ever been in.
You had the bye Week 1, so...
Or week 2 against you. Did you win like 3-0 or 4-0?
It was tight, but I do think 2-1 is, 3 combined runs. I don't think we've had any games lower than that either. Hopefully we get a bit more of an exciting one tonight as we get into Yoshi Park. Anything else you should say before I get us going?
It's kind of interesting, right? That the super tight game was held in Mario Stadium, which is a stadium known for just dinger after dinger. Yoshi Park, it's a little bit harder to get those dingers. We'll see how many we have tonight. And the only way to find out is by getting started.
Then let's do that. We'll see y'all at Yoshi Park.
Very franchise in a lunchbox.
I would buy a Birdo Bows lunchbox. Red Critter gonna hit a hot one up the third base line. Red Pianta's got that.
Or maybe Zach's saying they'll bury his franchise in a lunchbox because it'll be some sort of time capsule honoring one of the greatest teams of all time.
I mean, they're in fourth right now with an opportunity to win in a big way.
No,
Hammerbro
the train, but Zach
hit.
still makes it underneath.
Yeah,
an incredibly high hit ball.
The literal warning track out there is Cowboy Zach grabbing that one. And Wiggler hit somebody. Our second beanball of the entire season. Let's Boomerang Bro on with 2 outs. Fire Bro up. I don't really know that...
A little bit questionable in this spot.
I don't really know that Wiggler is doing anything that way. But Fire Bro goes contact instead of charge. Gets on with a single here, but now it's 2 on 2 out for a slightly weaker batter in Red Magic Koopa. Not to be discounted, though.
Absolutely capable of laying down the line drive. No stars to use yet. Charges just narrowly avoids the pipe, which based on my experience with the pipe at this park, probably a good thing. And the fireballs did manage to score a run before we remembered that the bros are just so painfully slow that if they don't hit a home run, there's a decent chance they're out.
Yeah, they do manage to put one on, and you won't have known this from watching the games because you didn't, but we actually had a Magic Koopa home run last week. So
Yeah,
everybody is
just about everyone
capable.
in the league is capable of hitting them.
Not likely to go home run here, but probably going to get a good contact single if Mario doesn't walk him first as Wiggler.
Yeah, I mean, that's just Wiggler doing Wiggler things. You know, being patient, having that grit and determination to make it onto first however he needs to. It's such an incredible leadoff hitter. As Mario throws a changeup that just gets absolutely drilled. Mario doing Mario things.
Yeah, the off-speed generally not the pitch I would recommend giving batters in this game. It is
Now, it would be
2-on for
interesting to
Birdo.
see Birdo use her star swing here, but that will never happen because this game is silly.
Birdo has a few homers on the season in this park. This is not going to be another, though, as the train has just gone by. This will be an easy one for Iris to grab. Wiggler thinks about tagging up. He's pretty fast, but thinks better of it, at least in time not to make a base running error. Red Shy Guy going to place one neatly up the middle. Shell item does not give Iris any trouble. Throw to home. Wiggler gets back to third.
Unfortunately, I mean, it's not an error, but a throw to third likely would have gotten the runner out. Mario wants the heat with the bases loaded.
It's Cowboy Zach with some Nokis up. This could be a tough moment, but no. A wisely used Star Swing gets past Red Magic Koopa, possibly with help from the Boo item. You can see
Yeah,
he
I'm not
makes
sure
an
if the Boo
effort
item
at
would
the
have made a
magic catch
difference.
there.
Maybe only one runner could have scored.
Well, I don't know if the Boo item is what caused Red Magic Koopa to miss that super dive, but something did. And so a 2 RBI double for Cowboy Zach puts the Bows in the lead right now.
Yeah, I think the ball was just too high.
Could well be. Starred Red Noki doing
some reason-
absolutely nothing to improve the chances, but Red Shy Guy gets close enough to trigger the close play. A close play which always favors the base runner in Season 1. We'll be looking into fixing that in Season 2. There are some codes that have come out since this league started.
And at least Noki is still doing #JustNoki things.
A classic Noki double play ends this inning, but the Bows have made a statement, and the Fireballs are on the back foot already. This game is far from over, though.
It's certainly the back foot part of the lineup. Even if I get on base here, Mario just hits into a double play.
Yeah, Mario has more double plays on the season than any other Fireballs player by a pretty hefty margin.
It's pretty funny when you are worse in any stat than Baby Daisy and you are the literal team captain.
Iris not going to double play by striking out looking, a rarity in this league. Mario avoids the announcer's curse. Red Toad going to show bunt.
I don't...
Going to show bunt at strike 2. And now he'll swing for contact, and it'll probably be fine. Oh no,
What the
wait!
fuck?
Wiggler! 2 Ks already. Wiggler is looking like an actual pitcher. Hold on.
Yeah, 2 backwards Ks at that. This lineup is baffled, befuddled, and bemused.
Baby Daisy going to try and show him how it's done, but no, that is a weak grounder to the middle infield. Still, that
And
does
you know,
mean...
the best we can really say here is that we got through the bad part of the lineup.
Yeah, in the top of the third, the Fireballs will be right back to a starred red critter and 3 bros, so do not count them out. First, though, we've got 2 Yoshis. We've got one Yoshi and Wiggler. Gonna see if they can't put on a little bit of insurance here.
Mm-hmm.
Red Magic Koopa spends a little time on his super dive there, just for style.
Yeah, and in the future, if we manage to implement codes that allow the CPUs to like actually dash, that's probably a base hit for Saya and Yoshi. Yoshi being probably the character that would rise most in the tier list, but based on such a change.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the difference would be between implementing a dash for CPUs compared to, say, just buffing speed. I guess there is a
That might be what
maximum.
you have to do, is just buff everyone's speed to what it would be with the dash.
Red Critter does not need a buff to his speed because he is going to trot around the base paths as slow as he likes. A monster of a home run out into left. Feels
Yeah.
good not being the guy on the mound giving it up to him.
The buddy jump was not in time, unfortunately, for Zach.
Sometimes
Because
that
I
just
imagine that one was low enough to be caught by a buddy jump.
likely. That one, Red Noki, despite the star, pretty fast character, not able to get to that single from Hammer Bro. Boomerang Bro, very capable of home runs here.
Yeah, I mean, you wonder.
But
I was gonna say,
instead,
you wonder if he doesn't want to get one back on the batter after that hit by pitch. But instead, he's the slowest man in the world and hits right into a double play off a changeup.
Yeah.
On a changeup, ideally you're trying to induce a swing and a miss, but sometimes the contact can go sour.
a very slow looper hit from Firebro is not gotten to. It is 1 on for Red Magic Koopa. 2 outs here. Fireball's down by 1 in the top of the third. And yes, to Patashu, modifying the game with codes is interesting. We actually have a few already. There's the code that lets the computer play itself, for one. There is the code that removes the pitching pre-charge bug, which is a whole nother thing I'll talk about later. And there is the code that no longer randomizes the coin flip at the start of every game, so I can be 100% sure who the home and away teams are. And the away team here, while I'm talking, gonna put one more on, thanks to a deep line drive from Iris. I guess that's more of a fly.
I feel like you could call it a launch. I don't know. Is there like a specific launch angle that defines the difference?
If there is, this game isn't gonna show it to us.
Well, yeah.
All tied up now with Mario up at the plate. Birdo's got that one, though. And yes, had there been an out to spare, I'm certain it would have been a double play.
I wonder if it's something as simple as like a hit that's like farther than it is high.
Could be, could be. A hit further than it is high from Red Pianta, who is going to hit one into the pipe, but doesn't really do him any favors one way or the other. You know, the Piantas have amazing power, but Red Pianta has not shown it, instead opting to be just a very reliable bat at close to 700. Unfortunately, Birdo, a little less reliable this game. That's another deep flyout. And Red Shy Guy gonna end this inning with a double play. Critters are elite shortstops. You just can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I mean they, in my opinion, went very underrated this draft. I suspect the same will not be true in Season 2.
Yeah, everybody will be playing from a bit of a more even perspective when it comes to drafting in Season 2. Though I actually had a pretty good discussion with the center fielder for the Knights, Autumn, about this recently. She's been certainly considering a Season 2 management run, and I'd be excited for it.
Yeah, that would be super sick. Also super sick is Red Toad getting a hit. Or excuse me, Baby Daisy getting a hit. Red Toad thinking about rounding the base paths. Thinks better of it though.
Yeah, now there's a
Having two on the
small
base
window to
for a
catch him,
critter
which could
is
have been
pretty
huge.
exciting.
Red Shy Guy's got to step on the gas here. And yes, that is caught by the buddy jump. That hit very well could have put this game out of reach for the Bows.
Yeah, and Zach, pretty decent arm out there. I don't think Toad could have tagged up.
Still, that's only one out. 2 on and 3 bros up to bat here. Wiggler's the best pitcher in this league, but he is going to have to show it. Gives him the off speed for 3.
I don't really care for abandoning the charge. Obviously, it worked out here, but a low trash hit into a double play would have been disastrous.
Yeah, and Calvin, owner of the Wilds, is now in chat as we get a RBI single from Boomerang Bro there. Red Toad was so eager to get second to third, was so eager to get third to home. Just gonna get there the normal way, doesn't need to do anything special. Baby Daisy patiently waiting on third for the tag up if this ends up being a sac fly.
And it's not. Even when you charge, you can still hit into a double play. I think some of that's just pure randomness.
Could be. Wiggler a bit disappointed. Rocket Fist getting massive lag. I apologize, I don't know what to tell you. It doesn't really say I have any drop. I got 50 dropped frames. I don't feel like that's massive lag.
Yeah, it's less than a second.
So I am not sure what could be causing it. Might be a YouTube thing. I heard they were having some issues lately.
Or you could also look at it as 1 European second. That's a joke for all my PAL enjoyers out there.
Red Noki gonna make it 2 quick outs now for the Bows. Green Noki gonna try and work on it. They now need to catch up.
Yeah, I mean, I think if anything, if you're the Bows, you're just thankful that that inning wasn't more disastrous.
You are also praying to God that Yoshi uses a star swing. He doesn't. He never does. He never will. But we can all have dreams.
Another thing that could be fun to change with Gecko codes, stuff like changing the class of some characters so that they'll be more liable to use star swings.
I have actually seriously considered making captains either technique or power exclusively. Red Mage, that would not benefit in either case. What he needs there is speed, as he cannot get back to first base in time to avoid a double play. That leaves nobody up. Nobody on the base paths. Mario up here, 2 outs. Wiggler's still on the mound. That ball felt pretty gettable by Birdo. That super dive does have some range, and she opts not to use it. Could be fatal.
I don't know how easy it is to super dive a ball that goes over your head, though.
Yeah, it does depend on the verticality of it. We've seen some players try for it and fail. Green Yoshi does not need a super dive when he's got air like that. But yes, I have considered removing speed and balance class captains entirely just to encourage more star swings. You gotta give Teal Yoshi effort for trying on the fireball.
Yeah, and I mean, that was almost hit right back to the pitcher. Thankfully, Mario did not get hit by that ball. Could have been an end to his season.
2 fireballs in a row from Mario there. He's starting to get a little heated.
Yeah, you would like to see them used in kind of better spots. Mario's sort of main objective is to get tired as quickly as possible so a better pitcher can come in. But he's been doing okay for himself.
Yeah, despite being one of the most reliable bats in the league, Red Pianta is going to ground into a rough double play. This is still a game within reach for the Bows, but at the top of the 6th with Baby Daisy up to bat for the Fireballs, they are running out of time.
And a classic, thank God Baby Daisy couldn't hit into a double play. Wiggler's actually showing signs of fatigue first.
Yeah, surprising. Stamina generally inversely correlated with pitching stat. Wiggler's suspiciously low stat prevents him from, and Red Noki, a massive...
I don't think that train would have... without the train, I don't know that the body jump would have gotten there in time or gotten the height, because that ball was just crushed by Red Critter doing what he's so capable of doing. I mean, I love Red Critter so much. Gold Glove shortstop, incredible singles hitter, really solid home run hitter. He's got it all.
He certainly does. I just can't help but feel that if Red Noki had had a little patience, if she'd been looking at the train in front of her instead of the ball over her head and not crashed into it, perhaps she may have had a shot at an effort. Now, we were just talking about him. Red Pianta is going to be the Bows sub here. And I don't believe... I know Cowboy Zach is here. I'm going to just double-check my notes. I don't believe we have any other... No. Okay. I don't see anything else. I don't hear anything else. Game is almost over anyways. Well, yeah, but it's not over till it's over.
Yeah, this is a one-run game.
Two-run game.
Oh, wait, two-run game now.
But, yeah.
One swing of the bat could change all of that.
Cowboy Zach's had a 2 RBI double already. Doesn't seem like he's interested in making any other changes to this team, though, so let's see what Red Pianta's got. Three Bros certainly have an opportunity to extend this lead for the Fireballs. Hammer Bro slow, but fast enough to get to first. Calvin, don't make me implement an English only in chat rule. I don't want to know if you're saying something about me.
Couple good takes here from Firebro. He really wants that home run, but I admire his ability to be patient, and it is going to pay off as he absolutely crushes it. Suddenly, this game's feeling a little bit more out of reach for the Birdo Bows. Grand Slam still ties it up, but won't even put them ahead anymore.
Yeah, Firebro has the highest power out of all three of the Bros, a class already known for it. When he gets a chunk of that ball, forget it. Red Magic Koopa, who you're hoping to see one batter sooner, ends this inning, but not without a very hurtful 3-spot from the Fireballs. Bows have the bottom of the 6th and the bottom of the 7th to put up 4.
And you know, there is something about it being your home ballpark. You know that you're going to get that last chance to come up at bat in the 7th and make magic happen in front of all your adoring fans. For the time being, though, Birdo Bows are running through their remaining chances pretty quickly.
Yeah, magic what the Bows are going to need after 2 very quick outs from Birdo, who's been having a rough day, and Red Shy Guy. Cowboy Zach himself going to make that 3.
Yeah, you know, Cowboy Zach, rough start to the season, then started performing pretty well. Unfortunately, has regressed a fair bit in recent games.
Yeah, Bows are going to need a grand slam in the bottom of the 7th to tie this and keep going, but that is only if the Fireballs remain scoreless this inning. Iris gonna put him one out
Given
closer to
who's up
that,
at
but
bat, I have a good chance that they might.
Mario, Red Toad, Baby Daisy, you've got to get at least 2 outs between them, or you are back in the hot seat with all the heaviest hitters coming up. And Mario gonna hit an excellent line drive up the first base line that just stays fair. You got 2 batters, and you need 2 outs if you're the Bows.
And if you're a Mario Fireballs fan, a home run from Toad here is kind of your best chance of scoring this inning. Instead, sharply lining into a double play, Cyan Yoshi showing what he's made of, showing he hasn't given up on this game yet. He might not be able to help with his bat at all. His bat might be the worst bat in the entire game, but he's damn well gonna set his team up for success the best he can.
Speaking of terrible bats, we've got 2 Nokis and 2 Yoshis trying to save this. And Red Noki not going to be able to do so. Neither will Green. Bows down to their last out. We've seen a lot of miracles on 2 outs before.
I think this would be the greatest one that we've seen thus far, though.
Don't think we've seen any from Captain Yoshi.
What a time it would be to debut his Star Swing, but instead, he's gonna ground out softly to Red Madge, who throws over to first. That's the game. It was pretty close there for a while.
What was looking to be a very exciting back and forth just does not materialize, as the Bows cannot capitalize on an early lead, go scoreless every inning after the first. And the Fireballs, they just keep putting them on.
I don't know if that counts as a Baltimore chop, Zach. I think a Baltimore chop has to jump really high in the air after it gets hit into the ground. But could be what Yoshi was going for.
Now at
Yoshi did it. That's true.
Now at 4-6-1, the Bows are no longer half a game ahead of a very large pile of tied teams. Those tied teams, though, going to be changing up a little bit here as we get into Game 2. Now, I've said a lot of times in this season, folks, that there are games that I'm really excited for. I'm not excited for this game, I must admit. Wario Muscles in 8th at 4-6, Peach Monarchs in 9th at 3-7. Both of these teams desperately need wins to keep their playoff chances alive, and I love seeing that for them, but they can't both win tonight. Muscles are going to be going to the Ice Garden, taking Wario, shortstop, right fielder Yellow Shy Guy, third baseman Waluigi, second baseman Red Yoshi, King Boo, your starting pitcher this week, a starred Paragoomba at first, may come in for pitching relief, we'll see. Left fielder Yellow Pianta, catcher Purple Toad, and center fielder Nate. Now, the Muscles are pretty unchanged from their last few appearances, and Monarch's actually one of the teams that they have lost to. The Peach Monarchs finished, I believe, 1-7 in the first half, have picked up 2 amazing wins to start off the second half of the season, looking to keep that streak going. But the Muscles were not terribly far behind, and they are really looking to make a comeback here.
Yeah, absolutely. Over on those Monarchs though, that are, you know, looking to crawl their way back into almost the middle of the pack. Leading off, we got Blue Dry Bones at third, Funky Kong at second base, Peach taking the mound, Toadette over in right field, Toadsworth behind the dish, a starred Blue Pianta at short, Gray Shy Guy at first base, Pink Yoshi in left field, and Zach out in center. And this game, I mean, it's going to be pretty huge for whoever wins it, even though, like you said, these are sort of the 2 last place teams. Zach with a win could, sort of keep this kind of crazy streak alive, keep trying to claw their way back up the standings. But for Nate, a win today would most likely put him just outside of the playoffs.
I'm being told there's an issue with Zach's lineup, is there? Yeah, hold on a minute. I didn't get a lineup from Zach. Well, folks, one of the beauties of this game, there's a deadline for a reason. All of these lovely people came here to watch baseball, but hold on. Switch Peach and Gray Shy Guy in the lineup. All right, I can do that. I can do that. I have the state. This will be a really quick change. Okay, done. All right, folks. If all this works, we are going to the Ice Garden with a roughly similar lineup to what you just witnessed.
So we'll have to see if that change comes into effect. Or I guess it'll pretty hard to imagine all the knock-on effects of that change.
It does make some changes for the Monarchs' batting chemistry, but I don't believe it does a whole lot. Certainly doesn't change their fielding, which is why we're gonna have to wait and see till the bottom for what this does. Waluigi gonna let Peach throw her heart ball. A real kind of waste of a star, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm. And the middle infield there doing the work of all three outs as the Monarchs hold the Muscles scoreless after allowing one on base. Turned a quick double play and had a line out for a quick, not 1-2-3 inning, but still having faced the minimum batters.
Blue Drybone's another one of those batters around the 700 mark. Funky Kong not, but is going to get on with a single just barely. He is slow on the base pads. And so now it is time to see what Gray Shy Guy is capable of in this position. Gonna mention, we have a chatter here who I have not seen since the first couple of weeks. One Uberlord. Hey, welcome back. Glad to have you again. And yeah, I mean, it's for luck. It's a little sprinkle of entropy.
I mean, I guess Gray Shy Guy lined out there rather than Peach probably hitting into a double play.
No, look, I don't want to be mean to West Zach. I know they've been in a tough position moving and everything. There's a reason I make a save state right before the game starts, just in case things like this happen.
Toadsworth has an opportunity to make some magic happen. Instead, does typical Toadsworth things. Although Funky Kong there actually chooses to go for the one out at home rather than a double play that would have ended the inning.
That's Wario, who uses his laser throw,
Wario.
an ability that is most used in the outfield, but comes in play in a big way here. Comes in play in a big way here. Holds the Monarchs scoreless with the bases loaded.
Yeah, it is no harm, no foul. The Wario Muscles made it through the inning perfectly fine anyway, just a bit of a strange choice. Not going for the double play there.
Oh, see, now I am not a superstar baseball expert. That is my co-com Iris's domain. So apparently Wario used to have body check and sliding catch.
Yeah, and now, sort of, with the whole close play system, I guess everyone essentially has body check. But yeah, in Superstars, he's like one of the best shortstops.
Certainly has been doing fine for the Muscles here as well. Also doing fine for the Muscles, Yellow Pianta. A little less flashy of a player than his red and blue brethren, but still plenty capable. That's 2 on for the Muscles, 2 outs, Purple Toad up, Nate on deck.
Really nice single there by Pink Toad to load the bases.
Now, Nate has not had an amazing season as a me, but he has had a few big moments for this team. This not going to be one of them, however, as Funky Kong dives half the way to second with that ball in his glove, but throws it back to first anyway. Peach batting here now. Going to hit a double as the outfield struggles a little bit to get that ball. It is rolling just a little faster than they can run. That means Pink Yoshi's up. Zach themselves with an item. And it will not do anything as the fireballs jump right over the outfield.
Really unfortunate, Zach landing that ball just foul. Could have, in a slippery park like this, could have potentially been enough to send Peach home had it stayed fair.
I think it likely would have.
Instead, Zach goes for the same hit a second time, lines out sharply to Waluigi at third.
Yeah, Waluigi's ready for it this time. Blue Drybone's very reliable for a single. Would love to see a single with an extra base here. Trying to do it with a charge. Not quite. Now, Funky Kong is a power hitter who has struggled in the power department. Certainly, this field does not help, but I think he's only got 1 home run on this season. That is not another.
Yeah, extremely sour contact there.
Muscles back to the top of their lineup as we go into the top of the third. Both teams scoreless so far.
Really nice single, just squeaks by Funky Kong, who, as an after effect, completely unrelated to the play itself, got a little frozen up in his movement there.
I do like that the game runs just a tiny bit longer than any given play, just long enough to give somebody an option to get hit by an item. Waluigi, normally a very good batter average-wise as well, but hitting the ball 2/3 of the time means you get out 1/3 of the time.
Yeah, speaking of superstars, in that game, Waluigi, one of the best third basemen in the game, also has a crazy bat, but kind of a difficult bat to use. He has like the fastest swing speed by a lot, so you really have to wait to hit with him.
I'm fairly certain there's something similar in this game. I know for a fact that he has the lowest power rating in the entire game, and maybe the highest contact? His contact
that would
is up
make
there.
sense, especially given what we've seen. And that ball lands just in front of Yellow Shy Guy. Toadette's gonna make it onto base.
Waluigi... Oh, wow, voice break. Waluigi is weird across the board.
Yeah, I mean, sports games are his thing, so it's always nice to see him be good in them. Although sometimes he's a little too good, like the Mario Tennis for the Switch, where he was basically able to hit balls almost sideways.
I mean, what do you expect? Mario Tennis was Waluigi's introduction to this franchise. It's really his home, and he does okay in baseball as well. Speaking of okay baseball players, maybe a little better than okay, King Boo. Charges up very early on that
a real
ball.
fall from grace in the Wii game. Fun fact, in Mario Superstars Stars On, King Boo is just the best character.
Not the best character
Uh,
here, but certainly
mhm.
higher tier.
And Paragoomba, certainly not the best character, still manages to get on base. Even a blind squirrel gets a nut. And even a yellow Pianta gets a ball just deep enough in the outfield to be able to make it onto first base.
Bases loaded, no outs for Purple Toad here. You're not looking to do anything fancy, just get the scoring started. Instead showing charge, not the Toad's strong suit, and going to show why, as even with a deep, deep outfield, Toadette does get there. That said, I think anybody could have tagged up from third out there.
Yeah, kind of interesting we didn't see the buddy throw there after they were, pretty well prepared for it. But I don't think it would have really made a difference.
I highly doubt it. Runners on first and second now, one out for Nate, who is going to, in fact, hit a hot line drive. That's going to bring home at least one, maybe two. Yeah, the boo item is going to slow them down pretty significantly. Buddy throw could be to third here and get Nate. Nope. Goes for home just a little late, and so that is a 2 RBI triple for the owner of the Muscles in a big spot.
I don't think you can do a laser to third, though, can you?
You can. Actually, another exciting thing that we saw last week, Dixie Kong Tiny Kong had a buddy throw to third that caught out Gray Shy Guy on a base running error. It was a hell of a play from the outfield. And in a big moment, Peach is not interested.
Incredibly funny to have this thematic showdown set up. I have to imagine Peach and Wario do not fuck with each other.
Peach and Wario, not especially friendly folk.
Do they have anti-chem in this game? I don't know my anti-chem chart as well. Oh, right, yeah, that was just the buddy laser.
Yes, so the buddy throw can go anywhere, the laser beam goes home.
Yeah, the buddy laser is crazy fast in this game.
It's an excellent thing. I really like the ways that chemistry comes into play in this game. It might not give you different team names, but it's still a very important element. Okay. The shifts are in. Toadsworth is going to pitch. Peach goes to first. Ray Shy Guy catches. Warriors only chem is with Mario and Birdo. Well, Captain Chemistry is unfortunately pretty neutralized in the NSLB. Nate going to go for home. A very bold move that is rewarded by the close play exploit. I'm wondering if the teams aren't starting to figure this out. We've had a few already tonight. Funky Kong misses a line drive from Yellow Shy Guy that felt pretty gettable.
It would be nice to be able to see the teams actually learn as time goes on. Decide to train themselves in some key stats or something, but...
Despite not having a good stat for it, Waluigi goes power, and that ball has the distance to get out. It just can't stay fair. Instead, going to opt for his strong suit with the contact, and likely going to bring one more home.
That should send Yellow Shy Guy home.
Buddy throw is fast, but not fast enough. And on 2 outs, the Muscles really continue this rally. Toadsworth already complaining. Yeah, I mean, this game does feel a little bit like a slot machine sometimes. It's a weighted slot machine, but all the same. Red Yoshi finally going to end this one. A 5 spot for the Muscles in an otherwise scoreless game here is huge. Could be hard to come back from, but we've seen some high scores at the Ice Garden. We've got a little time left in this game to play.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the record, a weighted slot machine is really what real baseball is as well.
I'm just wondering when we're going to get another baseball game that has adaptive AI. Then again, I still haven't forgiven Nintendo for Mario Golf Super Rush, so they can leave baseball alone till they get their shit together. I'm hoping Tennis Fever is good. Monarch's not able to do anything with that inning. Goes by pretty quickly and pretty scoreless.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't excited for this game, and outside of one half inning thus far, it's been pretty unexciting, but wow, that half inning.
Yeah, as Autumn mentioned in the chat, my goodness, Toadsworth, my friend, you've got to put in a little more than that.
Hey, he was already in his twilight years back in Superstars, and that takes place years before this game, so
I know he's pushing 70, but you can't go asking for a nap in your applesauce this quickly, alright?
yeah, it's a real Tomoyuki Sugano situation. That's a joke for all my Orioles heads out there. Nobody else would possibly understand that.
Going to make sure that I have this, Okay. Gray Shy Guy and his very unique Charlie Brown style of pitching, where he knocks himself flat on his back every pitch, gonna get on the mound. I mean, I guess you can dodge any incoming line drives if you hit the deck after every pitch.
Yeah, ostensibly.
This is a deep one from Yellow Pianta. The Glacier does not bother Toadette one bit. The bomb does, but not until after the play is made.
I do love the delayed reactions there. And Nate, I feel like could have hustled for that one a little bit better. I don't know if he wants it the most, but maybe he feels comfortable with his 5-run lead.
Blue Drybone's ever the reliable bat, and yes, in fact, Yellow Pianta, slow in left, is going to get frozen there. Now, Blue Drybones was really hesitant on the base paths, was not punished for it. And a smart star hit from Gray Shy Guy. Wario can't catch that one, it's coming in too hot. Monarchs will not be scoreless tonight.
Yeah, no shortstop can do it all.
King Boo getting a little
You're just
frustrated.
thankful that his hand wasn't injured on that pitch.
Honestly, I nearly
Or on that
forgot.
fielding.
I nearly forgot that KB was the starting pitcher for this game. He's lasted a lot longer than they usually do.
And despite the POW item,
The throw to second happens before the second baseman has recovered from the POW item. Instead, that one
yeah.
hits only the
Sure.
base runner on the team using it. As somebody needs some glasses. Monarchs do score a run, but it's a pretty expensive one. Now, Nate, owner of the Muscles, might be here. If you are, say hi, Nate. But I know I've got a pitching order from you in here somewhere.
Hello.
Ah, hey,
There's
Nate.
Nate in the chat.
It's
Kara G.
Oh. Oh, is it? Now hold on a minute, Nate, because I have a pitching order from you that is different from what you're telling me right now. I'm gonna go with what you're telling me because you're here. The people demand Wario pitch.
Yeah, real fan favorite there.
Fan favorite who was this was actually the was the Muscles Monarchs game? Okay. All right. We're good. I'm gonna follow you. I may have the wrong week pulled up or something, but that's fine. That's what you're here for. And Paragoomba may be the right choice there, as Blue Pianta cannot make a good go at that pitch. If I'm not mistaken, Wario was the pitcher in the Muscles Monarchs game that was responsible for Funky Kong's only home run on the season. Wasn't much of a home run, tell you the truth, but it did get over
That's
the
so
wall.
crazy. Like, I know that he's doomed to this stadium, but him only having one home run feels insane to me.
I can go back and double check, but I don't remember any others.
No, I believe you. It just feels like it shouldn't have happened that way. Like, that's like the main thing that Funky's supposed to do is hit dingers.
Instead, he's going to be watching Nate on second there. Pickoff attempt no good, they never are. Wario going to get on first here. Runners on the corners, one out for Yellow Shy Guy. Has a fair number of double plays this season. And that's going to be one more. Announcer's curse.
Yeah, or a blessing if you're a Monarchs fan.
They're still 3 behind in the bottom of the 6th here. Peach, Pink Yoshi, West Zack need to come in here.
Yep, and 1 run per inning isn't going to do it for them at this point. They need to put up a crooked number.
Peach not going to help.
Pink Yoshi not really who you want to see coming up to the plate either. Has a chem item, but you know, we've seen chem items pretty much only work against the batter this game.
Certainly those bananas don't do anything for Yellow Pianta. Quick swing and a miss on strike 1 from West Zack. Second pitch does get over Wario's head. A very reliable bat in Blue Drybones here. 1 on first, 2 outs.
And that's going to land for a single. Zach's going to make it to third. Now, Funky Kong steps up to the plate.
That extra base could
What a
be
perfect
huge.
time it would be for his second home run of the season.
He'd be the only player to hit one in this stadium so far if he does. Paragoomba not going to make it easy for him. That is a line drive that falls just foul on the first base side. And yes, indeed, the extra base that West Zack managed to take there on Blue Drybone's single does come into play here. Unfortunately, Gray Shy Guy not going to be able to keep this going, as Calvin, owner of the Wilds, admitting that Funky is on substances. Fortunately, none that are banned in this league. Although I may need to check the rules on Baseball Genius weed.
Yeah, I know at least sort of the NSLB sister league, the MLB, does not drug test for weed. However, the WBSC, the governing body, which includes the WBC World Baseball Classic, does test for weed. Unfortunate way for Javi Baez to get disqualified for a substance that is even allowed in the MLB.
Look, I've got nothing against weed. Baseball Genius weed, however, we may have to check. Red Yoshi has not taken his baseball genius weed, as that is a quick line out.
It's enhancing D's nuts.
Man, you didn't even have the confidence to say that one. Funky Kong, however, does have the confidence to make that good double play. Waluigi's actually pretty fast, despite his kind of awkward frame. Not fast enough, though. And so...
Anyway, speaking of performance-enhancing D's nuts, did you hear about the men's Olympic ski jumpers that were injecting like hyaluronic acid inside their genitalia in order to create more drag in the air?
That's gotta be the first time that sentence has been said.
Unfortunately, no. This is a real thing that the Olympic Committee then had to perform tests for.
Well, you can tell us all about it in a minute here. The Monarchs, down by 2, down to their last out with Blue Pianta up to bat, Peach on deck. It's not over quite yet, but Blue Pianta on the base paths is kind of a liability. And Peach at the plate, kind of a liability. Not able to get around that one.
It was a bit exciting there for a moment. I think perhaps a bit more exciting than you gave this game credit for. You know, a game between two last place teams can be quite enjoyable sometimes.
Oh, I didn't think it was going to be exciting. I just wanted both of these teams to win, and unfortunately, you can't root for the underdog in a game between two underdogs. That said, chat is not entirely sure how that was called an out. I mean, it wasn't caught, it was just King Boo stepped on the bag. Well, stepped on the bag.
Well, yes, Autumn, of course I am. Are they saying that the ball went foul before it was caught?
That's a possibility. Lakitu does not have a great track record with that. But whatever the cause, that's the end of the game for this one, folks. So we are going to take our intermission. It is 8:07. Target 8:15 back in 8 minutes.
Works for me.
Alrighty, we'll see you folks soon for yet more baseball, and I am looking forward to it because we've got a big game 4 coming up. And we're back. I see that Calvin, owner of the Wilds, is very excited for his game, Game 3, where he will be going to Bowser Castle to play the Monsters. Wilds will be taking Tiny Kong, right fielder, center fielder Dixie Kong, left fielder Diddy Kong, and pitcher Donkey Kong to start their batting order there. That's going to get followed up with third baseman Baby DK, shortstop Blue Yoshi, catcher Baby Mario, starred no longer shortstop, but still middle infielder Baby Luigi, and that leaves Calvin, first baseman, to bring up the rear of the batting order. Wilds are a team that has had a lot of shifts throughout the course of this season, but this seems to be Calvin's pretty settled lineup at this point. I don't think we've seen any significant changes to this one in a little while. Excuse me, goodness. It has worked out pretty well for him so far. But, they are right in there at that 4-6 tied pack. So, facing up against another 4-6 team that has the head-to-head against them, this has the opportunity to be a big game for the Wilds.
Yeah, no matter which team you're on, you feel like this is a must-win game. As over on the Bowser Monsters, we have Green Koopa in center field leading off, Zach out in left field, Green Drybones over at second base, Bowser on the mound, Red Para in right field, a starred Boo at third base, Green Madge at shortstop, Dry Bones at first base, and Blue Noki behind the dish, rounding out the lineup. Is this a lineup that this is a team that I think has definitely underperformed compared to expectations thus far, but I still believe in them. I still believe really just about any team in this league is still capable of making the playoffs. And I think that's reflected in their collective records.
Yeah, I mean, everybody is very evenly matched. The Monsters.
But only one of these teams can win the game tonight.
Absolutely, and the Monsters, I think Bowser's had a few pretty good games, but I still can't help but feel that he's really waiting for his day. The day of Bowser has not quite come yet to the NSLB, and this could be a big week for it to happen.
Absolutely.
With all that said, I know we have Calvin here, although he may have left because he feels he's a jinx on his team. I hope he didn't. I hope he's here, Calvin. And East Zach has been made aware that this game is coming up if he gets a brief moment from breaking from his studies. As for the rest of us, let's see how their teams do. Game over, return of Bowser, certainly what the Monsters are looking to do tonight. Bowser, a pretty good pitcher despite a slight nerf in this league. Tiny Kong is going to figure him out and get on first.
Yeah, and Bowser quickly evening it up, facing the minimum batters through two, as he is able to rely on his middle infield to clean up that double play nicely.
And center fielder Green Koopa grabbing that line drive from Diddy Kong is really what you want to see if you're any team playing against the Wilds. Come the top of the second, DK will be batting first with nobody on base. But for right now, let's see how he does on the mound against Green Koopa. Pretty well with a
interesting. We have two of the three best power hitters here playing tonight.
Yeah, they are both on the league leader for home runs and RBIs, although I haven't checked it in a little while. I suspect that hasn't changed. East Zach smartly staying pretty conservative on the base paths there, hoping to just let Bowser bring him home with a no-doubter. Donkey Kong if you're hoping to see a barrel pitch here. Instead, Bowser jams that one inside. Boo item does not cause any trouble for Baby Luigi. And so, yes, indeed, it is Donkey Kong up first. Worst he can do is 1. And he's going to try with an early charge. Does not take on it, though, as generally batters will. You're never unhappy with a lead-off double. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there just seems to be a big lag anytime you speak, or anytime I speak before you react to it, I think. And the Discord stream's a bit choppy, but if the OBS stream is good, then
I
that's
did
good.
drop a lot of frames, but that number is no longer going up.
Yeah,
one number
you're
that
coming
is,
through a lot more clearly now on Discord.
One number that is going up is Bowser's strikeouts, as Baby DK swing and a miss on the third one there. Not able to move Donkey Kong from the base paths. Blue Yoshi gonna hit a good one up the middle, but not good enough to get anybody home. That's runners on the corners, 1 out for Baby Mario. Very capable of double playing and keeping this scoreless. Unfortunately, the slow speed on the Magic Koopa's Super Dive comes back to haunt him. An out is made, but there was 1 to spare. Wild's first on the board. And yes, Bowser did spend a free strike on a literal child. Didn't do much for him, though. Red Paratroop, of all players, looking to hit a good one up the third base line. Stays just fair.
Yeah, I mean, kind of the perfect hit. A player with a decent amount of speed could have easily legged it out for a double.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised.
Although the
that
base runners in this tend to be a bit too conservative.
Not being conservative with his barrel pitches is Donkey Kong. Boo, a pretty good pitcher himself, but not very good plate discipline there. You really would have liked to see him wait for the third. But Donkey Kong is smoking him if he's got him.
And you really can't criticize that in a league where nobody ever uses their stars.
I don't think we saw Alberto Bo use a star in Game 1. I'll have to go back and check, but they were on 5 pretty much that whole time, so if you're spending them, at least you're spending them. Greek Dry Bones makes some rough contact, or excuse me, regular Dry Bones makes some rough contact on that one off the edge of the bat. Going into the top of the third, Wilds are batting Calvin, and then back to the top of their order with Tiny Kong, Dixie Kong. Up by 1 here. Still anybody's game. Bowser not going to use
Beautiful line drive right on the line by Calvin.
Free strikeout. And going to be punished for not using a star pitch for a free strikeout, as yes indeed, Calvin gets to first. Calvin took a bit too big of a lead there on the base paths. Green Magic Koopa is able to get that one out for the double play. Has not always been this team's shortstop, but it's a role he generally does pretty good in. Which is good, because I'll tell you the truth, he was an early trade, and I think both myself and Eastzak probably overrated him on the mound.
Overrated who?
Green Maj.
Yeah.
He's been a good shortstop, has not been a particularly special pitcher. Speaking of specials, Diddy Kong gonna make sure he gets on base, despite Dixie Kong's attempt at a base running error. The Wilds have had a few outs on base running errors in their career. It's definitely something you've got to worry about if you're them. Speaking of
And
things you've got to
something else
worry
you gotta
about,
worry about.
Green Koopa took his sweet, sweet time getting to that ball. But he stepped on it when he needed to.
Yeah,
Blue Noki, the
it's
odd man
something I
out for the
guess you can
monsters.
kind of expect.
Go ahead.
It's something you can kind of expect from this park, but it's been an incredibly low-scoring game.
We've had some big ones at Bowser Stadium before, but this is not shaping up to be one of them. That said, Blue Noki does manage to get on first. And you know, despite this really not being the kind of team on which you would expect to see Blue Noki, she's done a pretty good job playing for it. You can blame my internet all you like, although I have not dropped any frames since that one spike at the start of this game. Donkey Kong spending a barrel. Has one more, but not two more if he wants it. Does not, and East Zach was batting pretty well last game for the first time in a while. Bases are loaded. No outs. Green Drybone's up. Bowser on deck. Unless Green Bone's
Autumn,
triple
for the
plays.
record, I would just like to say there's literally only one possible score that is lower than this one. So I think I'm pretty safe in calling this a low-scoring game.
Well, there are now two, make that three possible scores lower than this one. They're going to try and make it four. Wouldn't you know it, a 3 RBI double for Green Bones here. Some of the natural hazards of this stadium really working in the home team's favor.
Yeah, now there are a lot of scores lower than this one. You got 1-0, 0-1, 1-1,
All the
2-1,
binary.
1-2, 2-2.
Bowser robbed of his Grand
3-1.
Slam opportunity. Certainly
There's
robbed
no
of his
one, so
Grand
yeah,
Slam
that many.
opportunity by going for the barrel pitch. Bowser was so ready to hit a Grand Slam, seeing those bases loaded with Green Bones up, he was just going to swing at the first ball he saw. And unfortunately for him, that was a barrel.
Yeah, really not breaking the trend of Bowser having just a monumentally disappointing season.
Calvin might be here. In the event he's not, I'm pretty confident I have a lineup. Yes, when DK gets tired, we do this. Okay? Okay. A couple of things are going to be changing here for the Wilds. Tiny Kong is going to pitch. Has had a little bit of experience in the first half, but Calvin has really been trying to make use of her fully in the second half here. Donkey Kong a bit slow for a right fielder, and so Baby DK is going to take that role, and we will be putting Donkey Kong backstopping. I believe that's everything. Yeah, that looks right. Well, Calvin is gone. Let's see how the team does in their fearless leader's absence. As he bravely ran away. Two outs, nobody on. Red Paratroopa, of all players, trying to go yard here. Unfortunately, Lava did not stop Baby DK on his way out to that ball, and an error did not stop Dixie Kong from catching it anyway.
Yeah, still can't be upset with an inning where you put up 3 runs to go ahead.
No, the Monsters are very capable of putting up big numbers. They've had a double-digit game before. Unfortunately, they still lost it, but they've had it. Greenbone struggles a little bit at second base there. Baby DK gonna get on. And once again, a dive.
Yeah, Drybones actually overruns that ball.
Even for not having a super dive, you can't help but be a little disappointed with his performance in the middle infield.
Yeah, pretty huge difference here. Even a double play, which this Mario is not going to hit into, would still put a runner on third. Instead, we are going to have runners on the corners.
For the second time in this league, somebody actually tags up from second to third. Another missed dive at second. Baby DK remains firmly planted on third base.
Yeah, and Baby Luigi once again retains that star power that, you know, those regular singles that fans have really come to love him for, loading up the bases for Calvin to hit into a double play.
Charge gonna try and stop it. Greenbones finally makes one where it counts. Big opportunity for the Wilds, going to slip past him here. A starred Boo, Green Magic Koopa, regular Drybones batting now.
Yeah. Unfortunately for the DK Wilds, going all in on nothing ever happens pays off.
Well, let's hope that Calvin at least makes some money betting against his own team, hopefully with which to bribe them to ignore the fact that he was betting against them the whole time.
Yeah, a little bit of a Pete Rose situation. He's gonna have to be questioned, certainly banned from the league, possibly arrested after this game.
Big swing and a miss from Green Magic Koopa on the second one, but does make good contact for the third. That's a single. Drybone's gonna try and keep this moving. You're happy to be ahead by 2, but you are not feeling like this game is won yet. And so anything but a double play from Blue Noki will bring up the top of the Monsters order again. And that is not a double play. It is an out. Is
It is a situation like this you would love to see Bowser. Instead, we've got Green Koopa.
And the error item trips up the base runner and not the shortstop. After a
pretty disappointing way for that to win if you're a Monsters fan. Exciting pitching getting you out of a jam if you are a DK Wilds fan, as Tiny Kong's gonna pre-charge on that first pitch. Are we entirely sure that patch is working? Isn't the patch supposed to prevent exactly that pre-charge?
It prevents it from happening on literally every pitch from Bowser, but batters can still do it. We've seen it on a few other pitchers as well, but in vanilla, that happens literally every pitch from Bowser on every batter.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. Is insider trading banned in the Mushroom Kingdom, asks Patashu. I don't know, but this is the Baseball Kingdom, so go wild. We're in international waters, I think.
I like the idea that all of the Mushroom Kingdom is international waters.
And in international waters, anything's legal, including the absolute thrashing DK's gonna hope to deliver by taking a shot at a 3-run homer. Gets a little too excited. Grounds out in a double play. Woof. I mean, you saw that right away charge swing on the first ball Bowser gives you. Not rewarded for it. Not at all. East Zach gets one up the middle for a leadoff single. Greenbones has already done a lot today. If he can keep it going and bring up Bowser, this could be huge. That, unfortunately, is shaping up to be... Oh, no. Goodness,
I,
the Boo error item kind of helps a little bit here. That one does get off the wall. Some very slow base running.
yeah, that was a little bit
But,
strange. I'll tell you what's not strange though is Bowser doing the thing that he should be doing every single game. That's Earl Weaver's favorite play in baseball, the 3-run home run.
whether they were on first or second or tagged up to second and third, doesn't matter. Bowser's gonna clear the base paths entirely. Ahead by more than a grand slam now in the bottom of the fifth. Monsters have got to be feeling better after that. Even Red Paratroopa's gonna hit a good double. And yeah, there's no denying that the flames for the Bowser statue helped prevent that buddy jump, although there was a chance that one was going too fast anyway. Definitely would have been closer. Two strikes for Boo.
I don't think the buddy jump could have gotten there.
Runners on the corners now. Tiny Kong getting tired. Green Magic Koopa has one home run this season, of all players. This is not his second, but Baby Luigi misses that at second. Buddy play made well and truly too late. Everybody was on the bag before that got out of Baby DK's glove.
Yeah, and you know, I feel like that Baby Luigi diving miss is sort of emblematic of what we've seen from Calvin as of late. We had this team that, you know, had this just truly wild, if you will, start to the season, you know, hanging in there in third place for a pretty long time. We had said that we felt that he was, you know, kind of playing above his pay grade, and unfortunately, that seemed to be true. As you know, it feels like recently he's sort of just been treading water, and it really feels like this is a game, you know, with the standings all tied up. This felt like a game that you needed to win to feel good about your season going forward.
I mean, they both did, and right now it's looking like the Monsters wanted it more, but the Wilds have one more trick up their sleeve, and that's Diddy Kong on the mound. We have a new viewer on YouTube, CMAC0804. Hi, buddy. CMAC, good to see you. You're watching No Slugger Left Behind, Mario Baseball AI, every player plays. Knights have the bye this week, though. I've given Autumn $1,000 and the keys to the team bus. Let's hope she comes back.
Yeah, Calvin has been informed that his strat to not watch the game hasn't paid off. You know, Calvin trying to do a bit of a Billy Bean, not quite working out for him thus far, although one swing of the bat from Chris Pratt could even everything up, as long as he gets a double grand slam.
Two quick star pitches from Diddy Kong. Normally those pitches are very hard to hit, but Drybones manages. Loads the bases for Blue Noki. If any monster has the capacity to hit into a triple play, it's this one. But no, a
Instead,
base
that's
hit.
gonna be a base.
Despite some base running,
are super confused now.
yes, despite several base running
the
errors,
are super confused.
despite several base running errors and several fielding errors, Blue Noki hits a 3 RBI triple. Baby Luigi getting absolutely punished for that misdive with a shell. The Wilds know that their coach has given up on them. And they too have given up in turn. A devastating loss to the Monarchs last week has crushed this team's morale.
It wasn't a triple, it was like a single or a double. E9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Well, everyone messed up. Everyone should be ashamed of what happened.
Everyone maybe should be ashamed of what happened, except for Green Drybones, who's been having a great game. And yes, indeed, Green Koopa, this is the third game tonight where someone has abused the close play to get a run in. Uh-oh. We need a change. I'm going to give some of the people in the chat an opportunity to go yell at Calvin, because I don't have a pitching lineup that goes later than this.
We sure need to change.
Baby DK next. You know, it's an interesting suggestion. We have seen a baby on the mound for this team before briefly. It didn't go super well. I don't think Baby Mario's ERA is particularly terrible, but he's also only pitched 1 inning. If I have to make the call based purely on mound experience, Calvin's going to come in next, but if he doesn't want to do that... Calvin is being called. Let's see. Can the coach come in with the change that's going to save this team down 10?
No. I'm
probably not.
I'm drawing a line in the sand right now. No.
Wild's owner Calvin has gone to voicemail. Oh. All right. Well, you know what, pal? If he doesn't want to be here, then let's put him on the mound and make him play. There is a Discord, C-Mac. It should be in the description if I've set everything up right. If it is not, maybe Iris can jump over to the YouTube and put it in?
Yeah, I can do that.
I appreciate it. But yeah, check the description. It may be there. Okay, it is in the description. All right, cool. So,
All right,
yep,
cool.
And that link should be fresh. All right, Calvin, take a bow. You're going to pitch. Bottom of the 5th here. Oh, I'm sorry. Wilds are down 11. And with a double that brings... Nope, single with an extra base that brings 1 more home. Bowser's going to make that 12. These are the monsters that we've known are, These monsters have been waiting in the wings this whole time. And even a double play from Red Paratroopa brings 1 more.
I mean, it's a little frustrating if you're a fan of the monsters, if you're an owner of the monsters, if you're a player on the monsters, to say, hey, this is who we should have been this whole time. Why has it taken us until this late in the season to realize we can put up not a crooked number, an 11 spot in an inning?
This I believe the first time any team has put up double digits in a single inning. BBDK gonna try and get the rally going with a POW item. Unfortunately, right fielder Red Paratroopa is immune to that because he can fly, and so it doesn't really do anything to extend that single. Wilds have 6 outs to score 13. Blue Yoshi not gonna expend one of them to get on first here. And that's all you can hope for anymore. Now you're just praying to help your run diff. Not going to help the run diff is a double play from Baby Mario.
Yeah,
not
Blue
working.
Yoshi, thankfully, is quick enough to get back and avoid a triple play, which was a very real possibility.
I did my best to update the Discord link, but it may be using an expired one if it didn't update properly, as Baby Luigi does not extend that. Monsters have a chance to keep this going even further out of reach. And yes, if you wouldn't mind popping a Discord link in the YouTube chat for our new viewer, you are welcome to do so. But take your time, take your time. Not much going on here as Green Magic Hoopa gets onto first, and the monsters think about extending this lead even further. If they win in this position, it will be the largest run differential we've had so far. And an error from Blue Yoshi on a line drive from Vanilla Drybones keeps it going that much further. I've said Blue Noki could fail this team, but she has been having a good day. Drybones making a huge base running error that is not at all punished. Started running back to first even after that ball had gotten over Baby Luigi. Maybe Luigi was a superstar with a promising career. I agree. Maybe they shouldn't have taken him off short. I don't know. Once again, the base pad's getting extremely crowded. At the very least, Drybones is out for it.
Yeah, that was a really awkward situation. I wonder if Noki hadn't already tagged past second base, if Drybones would have just gone back.
Well, she is going to wait on third. Foolishly so. This is likely to be an out. No, once again, close play abuse.
Yeah, that was kind of strange. She waited to confirm that the ball dropped before tagging up. Once again,
Base running errors.
This is why we need to hire some third base coaches.
Base running errors never punished. Monsters moving this even further. Folks, we've never had a team break 20, but the Monsters are shaping up to be the ones to do it. A triple from Green Drybones.
We're still one out. And it's Bowser up at the plate.
A home run makes the Monsters the first team to crack 20. This is not that, but it gets them to 19. And Calvin's done. I mean,
this is also, if it would stay like this, going to be the largest differential.
Oh, it already was before the Monsters started this run, but it most certainly is now.
Yeah, I mean, that's just assuming, Calvin doesn't come back. Calvin can still win this game. He won't, but he could.
I am messaging Calvin again, as though it's not more than a formality. The real Calvin checked out a while ago. Oh, hey, I got a response! Yeah, I have a response from Calvin, and he better be watching out. I'm not telling him that you're coming, Lex or Andrew, whichever one of you's got the account right now. I have to leave it to the fates? What kind of response is that?
For those who do not know Calvin, one of his most defining characteristics is his love for random picker wheels, and you wonder if he shouldn't just be picking his pitcher off of a random picker wheel. After all, things cannot possibly get worse.
Well, if he wants to leave it to the fates, I'm gonna send him the Death Tarot card and tell him that's what the fates have chosen. Pull up the picker wheel? I mean, I'm not... Okay, alright, we're taking it seriously now. Here we go. Okay, alright, Calvin's had an idea.
I would love to know what kind of idea is going to salvage an 18-run lead.
Well, he hasn't done great on second, but Baby Luigi is gonna take the mound.
I fucking knew it.
This is an opportunity.
This has gotta be child abuse.
This is a good opportunity for younger players to develop their skills in a low-stakes environment.
Yeah, this is about as low leverage as you could get. And Baby Luigi does turn the double play, so...
Hard to imagine that
maybe he's him.
Hard to imagine that Bowser's terrible speed isn't partly responsible for that. However, at the very least, Baby Luigi pitching has in fact ruined the opportunity for the Monsters to get to 20. 19 is still going to be the largest number of runs that any one team has put up. Fireballs previously held that record at 18.
And I can't wait for the Monsters Fireballs game where we reach a combined total of 50 runs.
I mean, it was exciting previously. This game, exciting, but not terribly tense, as the Monsters finish that one out and take it away in objectively the most convincing fashion we've seen.
It's a great day to be a Monsters fan, If you're a Monsters fan, you've been telling people since the start of the season, this lineup can mash. And your team has kind of been proving you wrong again and again, but tonight you finally caught glimpses that allow you to be hopeful for the future. This could be a dark horse team. It's not insane to imagine them going all the way, winning the championship if they keep putting up games like this.
They move to 5-6 now, and it does put them a little higher up in the standings. Certainly, they are dependent on what everybody else can do, and one of those teams that's going to be trying to do something else, both of them really, are the Rookies and the Flowers, both kind of really right in there tied with everybody else. While we get to that, I am going to powder my nose just a minute here, and Iris can get us started. And again, if you wouldn't mind, sounds like the Discord link in the YouTube description does not work. If you post...
I sent a new one in the chat.
Huh. Apparently that didn't work either, so I don't know what to tell you at that point, my friend, because that one should be fresh. But that's okay. You can still catch us here at 7 o'clock Eastern every Wednesday. Iris, gonna get us started on Game 4. I'll be right back.
Absolutely. We've got the Bowser Jr. Rookies here versus the Daisy Flowers. Daisy Flowers, only team in the league to have a winning record with only 4 wins. But they're going to be contending this week against a Bowser Rookies team of Bowser Jr. leading off out in center field, Red Koopa receiving the star in right field, August out in left, King K. Rool in catcher, Ritter over at short, Goomba manning third base, Dark Bones fan favorite over at first, Magic Koopa at second, and Baby Peach taking the mound, rounding out the batting lineup. This is a really solid squad. It's a squad that we've seen play some pretty good all-around team. They love getting runners on the bases for King K. Rool to drive them home. They've got that critter. They've got some great defense. Later in the lineup, they've got Dark Bones able to score some RBIs. It's a solid team.
It's a solid team, but it's a team that has been, if you didn't already say it, very swingy. I feel like the Rookies are, maybe more than any other team in this league, a team that is really on when they're on and really not when they're not.
Yeah, absolutely. I think some of that just comes down to just needing those home runs to be able to score.
And thankfully for them, they're playing an away game, going to a team that's going to give them a stadium very friendly to home run hitters, the Daisy Cruiser, where the Flowers will be starting with catcher Monty Mole, first baseman Daisy following, Yellow Toad in left, Rhiannon in center, a starred Blue Critter on third, batting fifth, Yellow Yoshi right fielder follows him, Yellow Magic Koopa at short, a position he is generally going to try and stick to, Green Paratroopa on second, and that means Blooper is your starting pitcher. Folks, the Flowers are the least predictable team in this league at 4-3-2. They maintain third place in the standings right now for that, but it's not a comfortable third place, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of the team that best exemplifies peak mid.
I mean, they're making playoffs right now for it, but let's see what happens now because those of you who have not seen the Cruiser at night, you're in for a surprise.
Yeah, I think pretty much every single team almost at this point, aside from the very top and very bottom, has been in a situation tonight where it's like win a game and you're in playoff contention, lose the game and you're or win the game and you're like in the playoff picture, lose the game and you're out of that playoff picture. And I think we're going to see that friction continue forward. Maybe we'll see the pack spread out a little bit more as these last handful of weeks go by.
Well, we've got at least one owner of these teams in chat. I see August of the Rookies. So let's not keep him waiting. I'm sure he's very excited to see how this pans out.
Absolutely, I'm excited for this game too. And Daisy's Cruiser, such a fun stage at nighttime.
Yeah, a lot of these environments are pretty pretty for a baseball late 2000s Wii game. But of course, it's Nintendo. They like to get the details right. Except when
Absolutely.
they're making modern golf games, but I won't have that discussion. Bowser Jr. Stepped away from the leadoff hitting spot for a while for this team, has been back in it since last week, showing why he deserves it there. Or not, with a laughable base running error, started going back to first. He's fine at the plate, I guess, but boy's got to learn how to run the bases. We joke about the baby characters in this game, but make no mistake, Bowser Jr. also a child, and attention span perhaps needs a little help. That means it's 2-on instead of 3 for King K. Rool, but a home run here would still be a huge way to start this game.
Instead, we're going to have a double play that ends the inning.
Yeah, King K. Rool...
Kind of out of character for K. Rool, but every character in this game can hit sour spots.
Yeah, I've said, it's an all-or-nothing team with the rookies, and K. Rool really exemplifies that. He's got maybe the highest power stat in the entire game. I think he may even be beating Bowser, but he's got the worst contact in the entire game. I know that for sure. Not great contact here is from Monty Mole. Had a really good game last week after a couple of slow ones. You're hoping this isn't indicative of anything. Daisy trying to get him started, but that one's pretty slow. Buddy Jump's got it. It was pretty close to that AI blind spot out and right, though.
Yeah. Also bold to end up trying to hit a home run out in center field on Daisy Cruiser. Just the worst place you can do it.
Yeah, the low walls in left and right certainly conducive to home runs here. We've seen a couple of line drive homers. Yellow Yoshi very nearly had one that was robbed in the tie against the Fireballs. August gonna have no trouble getting to that from Yellow Toad. As you'll notice, there are no tables in the outfield as there are during the day. They have been instead replaced by Cheep Cheeps that seem to have gotten up here somehow. Groundskeeper could not be bothered to take them off. We've got baseball to play. Green
That's
Critter
a very nice hit
pretty
from
good ball.
Critter. Should be another robbed home run though. They're really making the outfield work today.
Yeah, the Flowers outfield, not the part of their team that is always having attention called to them. They're not a flashy team in general, but the outfield for this team is really excellent. Rhiannon at 6 out of 10 is their slowest runner by a fair bit, and that's not a bad baseline. But even the fastest runner was not getting to first base in time for that one. That was a quick ground out to second from Goomba. Darkbones has been pushed back in the order. This gives him an opportunity to bring up Magic Koopa if he can keep it going. That one looked like it should have been a bean, but I guess he does not want to take his base.
Dark Bones is being patient at the plate. Waits for his pitch, finally gets it, and it's going to be a long fly out.
Rhiannon and Yellow Yoshi have to take a minute and make sure they know which one of them is grabbing that, but no communication breakdown means it's an easy grab. Owner of the flowers, Rhiannon, batting now. I think Rhiannon's been pretty good as a Mii. I don't have all the Miis pulled up, but she doesn't immediately enter my mind space as especially good or bad. Going to be doing...
She certainly benefits there off of a rare critter error.
Yeah, going to be doing a little better now for it. And Blue Critter charging up. He wants that 2-run shot. Instead, Baby Peach trying to just give him a free base and hope he'll go away.
Blue Critter doesn't want any handouts, though, as he swings at air before eventually making contact for a perfectly respectable single.
Certainly a respectable single, but if you're the Flowers, you do kind of hate to see your only power hitter go by like that. It's all about the small ball for this team now, with 2 on, nobody out for Yellow Yoshi.
And Yellow Yoshi seems to want to fulfill that power hitter role. Unfortunately, he is terrible at it. Terrible at swinging for contact, too. Yellow Yoshi's just terrible.
Yeah, and runners on first and second, no outs, quickly turns into runner on first, 2 outs. Yellow Magic Koopa just gonna retire the whole side with a hit like that. Ugh. You'd think a Magic Koopa of all players would know not to hit it near a Magic Koopa of all players. Instead, we enter the top of the third scoreless from both teams on a pretty hitter-friendly park. That said, Blue Magic Koopa for the rookies going to try and get things started here with a single. Baby Peach gonna try and get him stopped with a double play. And Bowser Jr. finishes it up. I guess he can't make any base running errors if he doesn't get on base.
Yeah, that's that's a good point.
Yoshi sponsored by T-Mobile representing the Yoshi's reliability. Oh boy. Yeah.
Eesh.
I don't know, man. I think even T-Mobile might be a little more reliable than some of these guys.
I mean, joke straight out of 2010. In the big 2026, are any of the carriers actually unreliable? I feel like they're basically all the same now in coverage.
I buy all of my phone service from a Hollywood actor / gin salesman. The best place to buy it.
Hmm. I do have to see my coverage is through Google Fi, but T-Mobile is technically my carrier. So I'm kind of curious if I'm going to be able to get that free MLB TV deal that they do every year.
And maybe Daisy can get a free MLB TV deal and watch some games, try and learn a thing or two, because as Gooper Blooper comes out and starts fucking with the stadium, Flowers are done. And yes, folks, at night, the cruiser gets even easier to hit line drive homers on, as the entire field is now tilted. And I didn't think that wall in right could get any lower, but it does.
Yeah, at this point, if you just hit a ball to right field, it's kind of going to go out.
Batters tend to go opposite field a lot. Let's see if August can make use of it. You do have to keep it fair.
Barely foul.
You do have to keep it fair.
Yeah, that's like kind of one of the most important rules of baseball, is for a ball to be a hit, you do have to keep it fair.
And that one is fair. It's not over, but it's still a deep one to center right for a double.
And I didn't know that golden line on the field was solid. I thought that was purely decorational, but the ball hits it and just dies.
And there's a no-doubter from K. Rool. Did not need to take advantage of the low wall. That would have gone over just about anything. The scoring is finally opened
this
in
is
favor of the rookies.
This is a very streaky rookies team. Very streaky hitter, that K. Rool, like you mentioned. Huge power, poor contact. But when he sits on that fastball just right, it's a beautiful thing.
Blooper takes it in stride,
they're calling him
though.
K. Roolton Cowser.
Blooper takes it all in stride, not showing any signs of tired yet. Well, announcer's curse. Blooper now showing signs of tired for Dark Bones. Not the best time to start wearing out if you're a pitcher. And Rhiannon almost gets to that one, but just can't quite.
Dark Bones showing once again why he's such a fan favorite.
Magic Koopa, of all players, wants to keep it going. Yellow Toad very likely to get to this one in time, though.
Have we seen the Cheep Cheeps do anything yet?
There's still time. There's still time. Gooper Blooper has left the building, but not forever. I expect we'll see left field get pretty low before long. I mean, yeah, Rhiannon ran into a Cheep Cheep, but she's also not the person who fielded that ball.
Yes, I mean having an impact on the outcome of the play. And almost having an impact on the outcome of that hit. A true outcome. Rhiannon comes up just short of a home run there.
You gotta wait for Goober Blooper to tilt the wall for those. Blue Critter doesn't need any help,
though. Or you could just be Blue Critter, although... But what?
An absolute last-second buddy jump, so quick they don't even show the animation for it.
What the hell was that? He jumped diagonally.
Augustin Bowser Jr. managed to dash the Flowers' hopes here. Down 2 in the bottom of the 4th on 2 outs. Yellow Yoshi does keep it going.
Right there. What happened?
All right, Yellow Magic Koopa tries to keep
the Flowers
going.
Not dashed here. Down, but not out. Now they're out.
Getting closer, though, as Yellow Magic Koopa does not manage to get on base. Right field, again, the favored side as the rookies come up. Baby Peach, a batter who tends to favor right. Could we see a baby home run?
Absolutely not.
No,
She's just a child. You can't put those expectations on her.
I should perhaps keep my announcer predictions in the realm of reality. Very early charge from Bowser Jr. does take. Most of the time batters are smart enough to do so. Big swing and a miss on 2. And 3 is a line out to short. That's it from Blooper today. I'm going to reach out to Rhiannon, owner of the Flowers, but I don't expect to hear anything.
It is a shame, really. What was I just going to say? Yeah, it is a shame. You feel like Blooper wasn't pitching that bad today.
No, I mean, letting up only 2 in, we're in the 5th now?
Mm-hmm.
That's perfectly respectable for a league like this. I mean, hell, we've seen teams put up 19. If you're only letting up 2 in 5, how bad are you doing?
Yeah, for real. And Blooper is so valuable with that star changeup.
He doesn't tend to use it terribly often, and as I see no signs of life from Rhiannon's Discord account, I know that Yellow Magikoopa is preferred to keep on shortstop as long as possible, so Daisy's going to come in instead. Daisy, a good if unreliable pitcher.
I'm really getting some robot Discord voice from you.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I think my dropped frames might have gone up. Am I still terrible?
Okay, looks like you're back now.
Good old Comcast. I keep getting ads for the fiber optic people. I may need to switch at some point. I will admit though, I get pretty cheap internet, so it's hard not to be upset at that.
Well, yeah, chat, you're never gonna get robot from Christian. You're only gonna get it from me because Christian is streaming and I'm the one on Discord from your perspective.
Yeah, Iris, God, this is all your fault. And this is all Blooper's fault. Another play where the dash would have come in clutch. Instead, it's a quick 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Monty Mole trying to keep it going. Does get that over Blue Magikoopa. Now, Monty Mole and Daisy have not yet both had base hits in the same at-bat series here. Let's try to change that now. Nope.
It's hit deep. Unfortunately, it's hit to center.
You'd have put that same distance on the ball in any other direction.
And guess who's back?
Yeah, unfortunately
back
now...
again.
King
Squiddy's
K.
back. Tell a friend.
King K. Rool is going to have a slightly harder time with those opposite field home runs, but not much harder, and this makes it even easier for Critter behind him. A surprisingly low scorer for a ballpark that was really designed to be hitter-friendly. K-Rool gonna get out quickly here. Critter's big chance is quickly ended. That pop fly was fast, but not far. Goober Blooper, perhaps offended that nobody even tried to use the gimmick he was creating, decides to leave. Yellow Toad gets the flower started with one up the middle. They got 6 outs to spare. Now, 2 is certainly gettable. We've seen more than 2 in an inning, but Rhiannon is doing her best to prevent that. Thankfully, the slow speed of Magikoopa's super dive prevents a double play, which could be huge here. If Blue Critter hits a home run, it's tied up. But no, that low wall in left is no longer there, friend, and a very near base running error from Yellow Toad has us all biting our nails.
Yeah, huge spot here for Yellow Yoshi.
Cannot
Does
deliver.
not manage to avoid the double play.
And Blue Critter really should have been watching that. Turns around too late. I just can't believe that a game on the Cruiser is this low scoring. Nighttime Cruiser, no less.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Honestly, I feel like the tables have been more relevant in Cruisers games than the entire field being tilted, which is pretty wild to say.
Speaking of tilted, Darkbone's probably pretty upset with that hit. That means Magikoopa's got the last chance for the rookies to score insurance, and with no chem item on deck, if he falls for this, he's not going to get it. Good plate discipline, but Daisy's got more if she wants him. Opts not to, and it's just going to be a flyout.
could be waiting to use the stars in an offensive effort.
Could be.
Won't be, but could be.
All right, Yellow Magic Koopa, Green Paratroopa, Blooper. Right field is available for home runnage. Flowers are a team that knows how to win in the very end, knows how to tie them up. And Yellow Magic Koopa's gonna try with a single.
And that's a great start.
Still, the ever-threatening double play available here, and yes indeed, Green Paratroopa single-handedly turns this from a maybe to an almost certainly not. With Blooper up, Monty on deck, Flowers need 2 on a 2-out rally. And yeah, as August, owner of the Rookies, mentions, Baby Peach fixing for a complete game here. That'll do it.
Very nicely done by her. Congratulations to those August Rookies. As the Rhiannon Flowers are going to fall right back to peak mid with a record of 4-4-2.
Sorry to leave you folks on such an uneventful game in what was such an exciting stadium to have it in. If I'd have known ahead of time, I would have made Monsters Wilds the end. But this is how it goes sometimes, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's the game of baseball. Any given team on any given Wednesday.
Rookies MVP Giant Squid. I don't think Gooper Blooper really did anything. I mean, that one from the only score was a 2-run shot from K-Rool, and that was a no-doubter no matter which way the field was going. But hey, a win is a win is a win. And so the Rookies are going to go back to 500. No, not quite. Going to go to 5-6, excuse me. Well, all right, folks, that is 4 games of baseball. Variably exciting, but I'm happy to have you here for them, whether they're good or not. Now, don't go anywhere. I am going to pull up the list here and let you know what the schedule is coming up. We've got Week 13. Provided that I don't have to go bailing most of my team out of jail, they'll be back next week. But first off, the Rhiannon Flowers are going to the jungle to play the Calvin Wilds Game 1 of Week 13. Both teams very much looking to get back on top after some tough losses. The East Zac Monsters will be going to Wario City in Game 2. The West Zac Monarchs, who lost in a 10-run shutout to the Mario Fireballs at home, are going to Mario Stadium in Game 3. And that means Game 4 is the Cowboy Zac Bows going to play my Knights. Another game that was relatively close. I believe it was 4-0 or 5-1, somewhere around there. But the Knights put up a lot of those in just a single inning. It was mostly pretty quiet. So certainly I think Cowboy Zac is going to be looking to take down the top and make a big statement.
Absolutely. I think we've got a lot of really exciting games coming up next week. And if you want to check those out, be sure to come right back here next Wednesday, same time as always, 7 p.m. We stream on Twitch and YouTube. Follow the channel if you want to be notified whenever we go live. Join the Discord if you would like to chat with us. Join VC during games. Make merriment all around. And with everything else out of the way, thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by, for participating in chat, for having a great time with us. We'll see you next time.
Thanks all for being here.